I want to preface this review by saying how much I love this movie.
Hello, I'm Ryan Donato.
Hello, welcome back to another hard review. I am here to talk about one of the few animated movies to come out this year. We have Transformers 1. Now, this is a movie I was really excited about because I've always believed that the Transformers would work better in an animated capacity because for most of my life, I grew up on the Transformers movies. Like, I was 7 when the first one came out. I don't remember seeing it in theaters. In fact, I don't really remember seeing a Transformers movie in theaters until I saw Age of Extinction twice in theaters, and then The Last Knight, and then Bumblebee, and now here we are. Obviously, I've seen every single Transformers movie, but my favorite Transformers movie is the animated one from 1986. I think the big problem with the live action films is that we go to watch the Transformers, and with the live action films, a lot of what we get is human stuff. Human stuff kind of sucks. And then it kind of sucks that the only perspective that we've really seen of the Transformers in live action is via Michael Bay, who sucks. And I know what you're thinking, but Adam, there was the other guy who came and directed Bumblebee and Transformers the fucking Rise of the Beasts, and also Transformers 1, Transformers the movie. Of course, this is the only like pure non-Michael Bay movie because even Bumblebee, Rise of the Beasts, and Transformers 1 are still produced by Michael Bay. But I get it, in live action it's really hard to do a whole movie where we're on Cybertron or we're in space because that costs a lot of money. It's not as easy to make, I get it. But in animation, that's not a big problem. So when I heard about Transformers 1, I'm like, this is perfect. There's not a human in sight. I don't really love the voice cast too much, but it works and it's not like offensive like a Chris Pratt as Garfield. The 3D animation, it looks all right. It's not like beautiful like Spider-Verse level. I was kind of closely comparing this movie to the TMNT Mutant Mayhem movie. We're getting a modern animated version of these characters that we have seen over and over again. So I feel like a bad person because I didn't get to Transformers 1 until like almost a month after it came out, and I knew I was gonna like it, and I heard everyone really liked it, and then I went into this movie and guess what? I really liked it. In fact, I would say I loved it. A big thing for me going into this movie is it was really predicated on the fact that this is a prequel. We are showing Optimus Prime and Megatron. They have different names and they're buddies now, and this is how they met Bumblebee and whatnot. So we know what's coming. So my whole thing here was I just want the moment when Optimus and Megatron decide not to be friends anymore to hit hard. We know that's going to happen, and I just want to feel it as if I didn't know that it was coming. A big thing in my like movie-going experience was when I saw Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and we knew that Bucky was the Winter Soldier, but in that moment I still felt like this other sense of like shock. And obviously, spoilers I guess, that moment happens in this movie where they become not friends anymore, and it is really impactful because there's like a moment where it's like, whoa, the paradigm shifted, and then it's like, yep, it's really down the drain now. The thing that really got me was there's a scene, spoilers I guess, there's a scene at the end of the movie once the conflict is resolved where we show Optimus and Megatron how they met, and them being like, yeah, we're gonna have each other's back forever, and it's like so sad. Like I actually teared up at that part. Also, since we're talking about spoilers, the funniest joke of the year maybe for me was when Bumblebee at the very end of the movie is like, I get to work for the government, and it's like, that's so funny because I hate the government, and just the fact that he's so excited to do it. Speaking of the government, I thought that this was a lot about politics. Like, it's really easy to relate most movies these days to politics, but it really made me think about like a leader, a tyrannical leader who doesn't care about the actual truth, and it's just whatever he says is the truth. He makes it the truth. Him holding the working class down, and they support him, they like worship him, but he holds them down. It's interesting that the Transformers who can't transform are minority, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's like very easy to connect these dots here. So I thought that was good. I like the good themes in this movie for kids to learn that, yeah, hey, maybe you shouldn't lie and exploit people and commit crimes. I know, weird, right? Like I said earlier, I don't think the animation was very spectacular, and then the voice cast also wasn't super inspiring. I think Chris Hemsworth was fine, but it's kind of getting to the point where it's like, okay, Chris Hemsworth, you're in a lot. Which that was a big problem with Chris Pratt. It wasn't that a public opinion of Chris Pratt had gone down because of some of his like personal life decisions and his views, but it was also the fact that he's now the voice in like so many different different animated things, and it's just like, okay, buddy, you can't voice everything. And I guess I can't really think of what else Chris Hemsworth has been a voice in. I don't know, I didn't think it was like, wow, that's Optimus Prime right there, baby, especially a character that has such a recognizable, iconic voice. I think Brian Tyree Henry was really good as Megatron, though. Keegan-Michael Key is another guy who's overexposed, where it would have been really easy for him to annoy me, but I really thought his character was funny here, and he was used appropriately. Scarlett Johansson, I also thought was good. She kind of does the same Black Widow bit that she usually does, but I thought she was good here. She's a very good actress. She hasn't been good lately, but she's a good actress. I thought this movie was really funny. The action's really cool. If anything, this movie really reminded me of, I think it's 2005 Robots. You know, we have a city of robot people, and then there's the ruling class, and then there's the working class, and they are not as technologically advanced. This wasn't really like the most original thing in the world. I'm really sad that the movie didn't succeed at the box office, because I would love to see this story continue, and they do kind of leave it off at the end where it could continue. That being said, I think it's fine that it doesn't. Like, it's not like there's a missing piece. It's like, oh, well, now I'm never gonna know what happened with da-da-da, you know? Like, we're talking about spoilers anyway, so the after credit scene is like Megatron starting the Decepticons. I know where that went. You know what I mean? So it's not like, it's like, oh, well, did Optimus and form the Autobots and everything? No, I know. But yeah, there's a lot of awesome sequences. I really like the race at the beginning of the movie. Like I said, the action's cool. It's funny. I connected with these characters. I love the moments when Optimus is like looking at Megatron every time Megatron's like raging out towards the second half of the movie. Really, just the whole crux of this movie relied on the relationship between Optimus Prime and Megatron, and I feel like they nailed it in a way that I felt them being buddies. I understood where they conflicted, and I understand why they decided not to be friends in the end, and I could see how this could spiral out into this long-standing rivalry the two of them would have. I can't say I didn't love this movie. I loved it. I had a ball. It's a lot of fun. I was laughing. I was tearing up. I was psyched. This is a really fun movie. Probably my favorite animated movie of the year. Actually, definitely my favorite animated movie of the year. I'm giving this one a 5 out of 5. It's a bad year, folks. I'm giving this one a 5 out of 5. I loved it. I thought it was great, and I would vote it for Best Animated Feature at the end of the year at this point in time. Yes, that's right. I think it's better than Wild Robot, and I think it's better than Inside Out 2. Check this one out in theaters if you still can. Kids will love it. I think that the adults will still be entertained if you're a Transformers fan. This is like my second favorite Transformers movie behind the original. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. Like, comment, subscribe, and why don't you guys tell me what your favorite Transformers movie is. I already said that Transformers the movie is my number 1, followed by Transformers 1, which if we made a sequel, I would love for it to be called Transformers TWO or Transformers 1-2. 1 spelled out and then number 2. I think that would be, both of those would be very funny. I don't think they're good titles. I just think they would be funny. At the 3, I'm gonna go with Bumblebee pretty firmly. I think the opening 5 minutes of that movie is perfect, and then the rest of it, I really like the Iron Giant, so I like it. At the 4, I'd go Transformers, then 5, Transformers Dark of the Moon, 6, give me Age of Extinction, 7, give me... No, actually 6, give me Rise of the Beast, then 7, Age of Extinction, then 8, give me Revenge of the Fallen, and 9, give me The Last Night. You know how painful that looked to me at the end? Because I really don't like these movies. They're really terrible, except the animated ones are really great.